Hi, I'm Manuela. Welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for the views, the comments, the likes, and I encourage you to still inform the others who are not able to access this. Share with them this information. It is very vital. Let us grow ourselves knowledge-wise about these personality disorders and the damage they can do to one's life. Today's term we shall be looking at is reactive abuse. Reactive abuse is one of those manipulative tactics the narcissists use on their victims or targets. This is where they will purposefully bait their victim by tormenting them or provoking them such that they react. And in so doing, these people, the victims or the targets, are now looked at as the abusers. I told you the narcissists are cunning. They don't think like us. These people are the devil incarnate. They pretend to be like everyone else. They will fake kindness. They'll fake love. They will fake many things. Narcissists are very easily going to provoke a reaction from their target or victim because these people have undergone enormous pain and trashing, demeaning, humiliation, name calling, and even physically being beaten. So you find that their pain threshold is so high that at this point, anything, you can even tell them you don't look good, and the person just hits the roof. Why? There has been a pile of what the abuser has taken them through. And this abuser, like I told you, is very calculative. They usually love doing this in the presence of their flying monkeys. And then what happens? They go, do you see what I've been experiencing in the house? Do you see this is what the abuser have undergone this whole while? I always tell you people I'm undergoing abuse and you people doubt me. Do you see what she has done? People, wake up. These are mind games. You didn't hear what he was telling her, and if you had, you may find it so trivial. But the thing is that there has been an accumulation of it. By the time this person, the victim, reacts, they feel like, and it is actually true, if they don't react, they will have a mental breakdown. It is very healthy for you to react, but to even avoid all this, step out before you get to that point. The narcissist will purposefully do this such that they can take away the spotlight from their abuse onto you, the victim. So you find that you, the very victim, has now turned out to be the abuser, because even the flying monkeys are going to step in and they're like, it's true. It's true, we were there when she hit him. It damaged the property. We were there, we saw it. That woman is not good, or that man is not good. Feel free to switch the gender. The whole thing is that these people know what they are doing. It is an insidious game and tactic these people always play on their prey. So these predators are just there to suffocate you, to suck the energy out of you. The other reason is because these people want to gain supply, narcissistic supply. That is the air they breathe. They are now going to gain supply from the flying monkeys, positive supply, confirmation of how you are crazy, you are mad. You know, they are confirming every nasty thing the narcissist has always been telling them about you. And two, they are getting the negative supply from you who has reacted that way, killing two birds with one stone. At this point, remember, much as you tell yourself I'm going to step with, you can't, because the false accusation, the triangulation, the name calling, the belittling, you name it, even sexual abuse, financial abuse, it has taken a toll on you. Your self-esteem has been lowered, and it's a fight for your life at this point. The narcissist purposefully is doing this to confirm to the people out there that you're the abuser, you're crazy. He's the one being he has been tortured the whole time. People get to understand the psychological games these people play. It's all about the psyche. These people go for the psyche, nothing else. And it's worse for those who are not physically violent towards their partners. Those are the ones who play psyche games big time. the psychological abuse does not leave visible footprints. The visible footprints you see are at the end of it all. Either the person is being laid to rest or someone is being taken to a mental institution, and you're wondering what happened. Well, what happened was that you enabled the abuser the whole time. That person was going through abuse and you did not help them. Today we are having people who are having illnesses which were normally known to be got in old age. There are those suffering from arthritis at 18, 17, 15 or less, osteoporosis at this stage when they are just in their 20s. What is it? They have experienced abuse right from childhood into adulthood. You, the victim, at this point you'll actually feel confused. The abuse you've been undergoing, no one has seen it, but they are seeing this blow up which has just happened. And guess what? You end up apologizing. You are looking so horrible. Some time ago, a few years ago, there was a video clip which was taking its rounds on social media. There was this lady who was she hit the windows of the car. She damaged the car good. And the man was holding the baby and he kept on saying, "Do you see that? Your mother is mad." And she kept on saying, "Stop telling my child I'm mad. Stop it." At that point, that lady was undergoing reactive abuse. When one would look at that clip, it appeared like she was done on the wrong. But when you understand reactive abuse, it's a desperate call for help. Get those people out. Talk to them. Give them the information. Even what I'm giving you is so minute. There's a lot of information out there. So on top of what I'm talking about, get out there and look for these other videos on YouTube. By the time someone reacts that way, we always say that the person has been staring into the abyss. When you stare into the abyss will stare back at you. When you remain in that abusive situation for long, you start picking on certain habits like the abuser. And these habits are a survival mechanism while in there, because it's a combative situation you're in. Everyone in a narcissistic relationship is experiencing a war. And the worst part, it's psychological war zone that you cannot explain to people. He was under the radar while he was doing his abuse. You see the woman's reaction, and she was actually quite big. One would have thought, no wonder. When you recognize this pattern, you just like that, you just pick it. You pick it. That woman is undergoing this. She's at this stage in the abuse side. When you are now having that reactive abuse, it is almost like the whole time this man, the abuser, kept on throwing matchsticks inside you. They kept on throwing matchsticks. Then this one time, they get this matchstick and light it up in the presence of many people to confirm your abuse. Just throw it at you. You automatically blow up. That is what reactive abuse is. And remember, these jabs they throw at you, they are so subtle. People just look at them and they're like, she overreacted. It wasn't an overreaction. You have buried a lot within you. This is why you hear of cases of an overkill. Someone was stabbed 100 times. And you're thinking, how in the world did that happen? How is it even possible? Well, it's very possible. When people have undergone abuse for a length of time, a time reaches when they experience what we call reactive abuse. People snap. You know, I hate you. Remember what you did to me. You remember the time you called me names. And that's why the person can go for that, even 100 plus. I think there was a case I watched of a lady, I think, who stabbed a guy almost 200 times or 200 plus times. Or they have shot someone and then they stab, then after that they burn the body. That is an overkill. Emotions were involved. Various stabbings tend to depict someone who is intimate with the victim. And that's how they narrow down on suspects. Because the person who has just met, as long as they have killed you, that's it. When you realize you're beginning to stare into the abyss, get out. You end up killing this person, or you're the one who may be taken out. But if you happen to be the one who has taken out this person, the book will be thrown at you and people are just going to look at your reaction. They're not going to look at the past that led to the reaction. And we need to create awareness. So something happened before the reaction. Above all that, you know your friend is going through such a situation, get your friends out. Because if they are same married and they are having kids, you'll find the children lose both parents. One is 6 feet underground, the other is behind bars, and is catering for them. They are moving from home to home. So those who tell you to stay in an abusive marriage, you fight for it. No, there are some marriages you need to fight for, and there are those marriages you're fighting to get out of. Abusive marriages you're fighting to get out of. Abusive marriages kill you. They are a silent cancer. They create this cancer in your body, and literally even cancer on its own. It also has its footprints in abuse. And people who choose to stay after, you'll find that over time you see there's a lifelessness about them. Not only are they depressed, they get paranoid. They end up having also a mental breakdown. Abuse takes a toll on one's mental health. Once you leave the place, I still encourage you seek therapy from a certified therapist who understands trauma. This is a caution to those who are in abusive situations. Never share your experience with people who don't understand narcissistic abuse. These people gaslight you. They'll make it appear that you're overreacting, everything is trivial, and you're the person who is the problem. You sink further into depression. And any person who is depressed is absent. And if you're having children, you're now looking at emotional abandonment, neglect, and rejection. And also pray about it. Pray about it. God knows the situation you're going through. He was there from the beginning. He saw how you fell into the trap of this abuser. Despite your disobedience by marrying a person he had told you not to marry, a person who is two-faced is not godly. Those are the wolves in sheep's clothing. Just because you made a mistake, you shouldn't stay in that mistake. Seek help. I hope this helps you people understand how abuse can lead someone into a life of crime that they never ever imagined. If you're in an abusive situation, talk about it. Abuse thrives in silence. Thank you so much for watching, and remember, you're blessed.